We all make mistakes. I'm Tina B, and this is an episode of Tina's Tiny Theater, where it's a tiny space with big ideas. I had this really cool bowl that my father-in-law, who is an amazing craftsman, made for me. And if you can tell, there's a hole in the bowl, a mistake. Now, his reaction was very impressive to me. He laughed it off and said, I learned a lot in this process and I got to make more bowls. So he found a way to move forward. And that's what we're going to focus in on today, is how to get through and move forward when you make a mistake, or even how to prevent them. So my first strategy for you is don't memorize your speech. I'm going to say that again. Do not memorize your speech. I've made that mistake. In fact, when you present, you become a robot. And if you lose your spot, it's most guaranteed that you will not know where you're at and completely have another mistake. So do prepare, list your points, and practice, but do not memorize. Secondly, another great way is to slow down to speed up. Our minds are going 100 times a minute, and when you freak out, you have that internal musing that might say, I am failing, I made a mistake. Instead, shift it to be here, be here, be here. And so it's important when you think about how you communicate that to yourself so that you present your best self. The third is use humor. People love humor. It's honest, it's vulnerable, it's showing your real self. So if you misspell a word, point it out and say, oops, and then connect with your audience in that way. The last way to get through a mistake in your presentation is maybe just pause and ask a question to your audience if it's applicable. Bring them into the conversation because your audience is rooting for you. They want you to be successful. In fact, I saw a presentation where the presenter actually said 2 times had to get assistance to give her speech, and what happened at the end? She actually got a standing ovation because the audience was so proud of her bravery and courage to get through that presentation. So we're rooting for you. So remember, don't memorize your speech. Instead, prepare just a basic outline. Also, be sure to use humor, ask the audience a question, or find a way to pause your mind so that you can move forward. And this leads us to our dear friend, Tolstoy, who says, to live honestly, one should make mistakes. For more information, check out tinabakehouse.com.